All right, welcome back. Let's see. On this first one, y equals negative x squared, going to be opening down, right? How would I graph that on my calculator? Well, if I go over here on my calculator and I go into y equals, and I put negative x squared in there, and I might want to do a zoom. I might do a zoom 6. I'm going to do a zoom standard so my screen looks, if we all have the same screen, looks just like that. What might some of those points be? Because I want to plot them on my graph right over here, right? So some of my points, if I go this second table, and some of my points might be 0, 0. And it looks like I have 1, negative 1. And it looks like I have 2, negative 4. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I bet you that they're symmetric right over here. And so I can just make them look symmetrical. And there's the graph of that one. The graph of the next one, if I go back over to my graphing calculator, if I go back over here and I clear these out, and I put a new one in there, 1/3 x squared. So if I'm going to do 1/3 x squared, I got to put parenthesis 1 divided by 3 x squared. 1/3 x squared. Oh, looks like I missed my. Looks like I have to maybe delete a couple things here. Hold on, There we go. I have to put 1/3 with parentheses around it. Sorry about that. X squared. 1/3 x squared plus 3. So let's take a look at what that might look like. Now remember, you don't have to use your graphing calculator on these. You can do them by hand, and it's just like putting them in a table, plotting some basic points. Looks like my calculator went through the point 0,3 right here. But to be sure, I can go to table and take a look at what my calculator did when I had it on the table. So it looks like I had the point 0,3 and 3, 6, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6 right here, and negative 3, 6 would be the symmetrical point of that. So that graph's going to look just like that. Hopefully your graph looks a lot like mine, and hopefully you can transfer it over to the paper, because if you can't transfer it over to the paper, looks like we got a little email action there, transfer it over to the paper, then obviously you're not going to be doing well on tests and quizzes, and that's what we're doing this for. If we want to graph this next one and we want to label the axis of symmetry, what I might want to do is maybe I'll do one by hand so we can see what that looks like. So I'm going to first find the axis of symmetry, the opposite of b over 2a. So we're going to practice one by hand here. The opposite of negative 4 is positive 4. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 is going to be on my xy table. 2, I'm going to put that right in the middle. So I'm going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So knowing that 2 makes my life a lot easier. I'm going to plug that 2 in there so I can find my vertex. 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 2. 4 minus 8 is negative 4 plus 2. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. I have the point 2, negative 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, negative 2. This is going to open up because my a is positive. I know that. And if I find one more point on there, let's say I'm going to go find 4 and see where that's at. So if I put 4 in there, I get 4 squared minus 4 times 4 plus 2. 16 minus 16 plus 2 equals 2. These two cancel each other out. So we have the point 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 looks like that. If I think about having an axis of symmetry right here, then my other point's over here, and my graph looks just like that. Hopefully yours looks just like mine. And it says find the minimum value right here. Well, remember, if it's got a minimum or a maximum, I'm using that opposite of b over 2a. So watch what I do. Opposite of b is 6 over 2 times 2. I got 6 over 4, or I get 1.5. That's my x value. Not my minimum value, only my x value. If I put that back in for x, I can find my minimum value. Y equals 2 times 1.5 squared minus 6 times 1.5 plus 6. Boy, I'm going to need my calculator for that one. Let's go to the calculator real quick. And I don't really want to be in this table anymore, so I'm going to quit out of there. And I'm going to clear this screen so it looks nice and fresh for you folks. And I'm going to do 2 times 1.5. And I'm going to square that. Squared minus 6 times 1.5 plus 6. Enter and see what we get. We get a 1.5 as our minimum. So the point 1.5, 1.5, when we talk about a minimum or a maximum value, 1.5 is our minimum. Now that concludes section 1.5. Don't forget, while you're on the internet, there's a lot of things you can do. Now, if I said something you don't understand, obviously you can rewind the video and watch it again. But you could go out and watch thousands of teachers out there talking about graphing quadratic functions. In fact, you could just type into your computer there, graph quadratic functions video, and I bet you could find 5 other teachers out there teaching the same concept. That maybe that's what you need to pick up on that one more time. Don't forget about ClassZone.com. You go on to ClassZone.com and you can find all that you need. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.